First and foremost, I must say greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile
Yeah.
Selassie the First. Blessed love Freddie, blessed love everyone that tune.
It's a great pleasure to have you on the show today. Yeah, thank you very much for having the time to reason with us today.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
How was your childhood like growing up in Kingston, Jamaica?
Well, I was born in Kingston. At the age of about 4 or 5, I went to Clarendon in a district called Sangnity to
Yeah.
live. So my early stage of my life was in the countryside, on the line of Manchester and Clarendon. So people that say Clarendon really, because Sangnity, Frankfield, you know. So my early stage of life was a lot of love. I was surrounded by a lot of love by my parents in the early stage, my father, mother, in the first part of my life, you know. And we grew up country, so rivers, growing up to see animals, agriculture. So I grew up in an agricultural community. There was a lot of respect. You couldn't pass an elder without saying good afternoon or good morning or good evening. You know, a lot of discipline, a lot of love, a lot of music. So it was good. You know, my youthful days were happy. You know, yeah, we're happy and good.
Yes, King. So I mean, over time, your style evolved, eventually leading to your international chart, topping single "Virtuous Woman" in 2001, produced by Mikey John. So I mean, where did the inspiration come from to write that legendary masterpiece?
That I started out as a dancehall artist, you know. And my
Yeah,
first
yeah.
musical name was Bunty Junior. And then it
See,
through time it changed to Warrior King. But you know, the Virtus Woman song, big up Michael Johnson, Mikey John, popularly known, and the Lion Paw label. Creator gave us a mind of our own to think and to make our own choices and decisions. So that's how the whole song, that's the inspiration of the song, respecting a woman. I was going by my mom most of the time because my father and mom split when I was about 9, 10. So most of the time I was going by my mother. And so we know the strength of a woman. I know my respect for woman, admiration for a woman, and Empress Menin, I know that is His Majesty's wife. They were crowned at the same time. So it was very significant to balance up the thing, you know, because I have the conviction that if you have God the Father, you also have God the Mother. You know, that's a royal balance. So that's how the song, that's the inspiration behind the song, Virtuous Woman. That's lifting up
yeah.
the woman them and put them in their rightful place.
Your music focuses on messages like, education and uplifting women. So how important is women in your life?
It's important, very important. That, you know, my wife is my
Yeah.
manager, so you know how important a woman is in my life. My mother, I'm my biggest fan and my biggest supporter. So you know, I think most of my fans, not most of my fans, I think are mainly women too. You know, so from you uplift women, you uplift the world. So the women are the first teachers, the first mothers, and that rock the cradle rules the world. So we always singing point songs for women. You know, and other with the social commentary, we talk about all different topics in music. Education is a key. We talk about all different things. We burn out the Babylonian system that's oppressing people for so long, for too long. You know, so yeah, women are very important aspect of my life, you know. Without a woman I wouldn't be here talking to you today. You know, big up my
Yes,
mother,
King.
big up my wife, my queen, Leslie Ann. You know, I say she play a very fundamental role in my mission, you know. And not just my business aspect, I think, but the mission that I am, you know, because we are on the same path as Rastafari people, you know.
That you was a student of the legendary, I mean, the most great Mortimer Plano. So I mean, could you speak to us about the experience being with him, being in the same environment as him?
But Martin Plano was a kind of mysterious man, mystique man, you know, mystique being. You know, so I had to, through my quest and knowledge, I wanted to know about His Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie the First. Wanted to know more about the truth and righteousness and the part that I took and that I am on today to meet up with Martin McPlano. Because, you
See,
know, we see this man, when His Majesty come to Jamaica, we see this man was the one who went up on the plane step and start quote some Psalms, like Psalms 2.
yeah,
You know, I realized that when a delegation, a body of people went from Jamaica to Africa, so if this man's still alive after meeting him and living in Jamaica, so there's no way
yeah,
this man is living. I don't find him. So he's a tower of strength, you know, and being around him, I learned so much. I meet so much people. 'Cause a lot of people used to come by him for the same reason like I would have go by him. So sitting by his bedside, sitting with him more time, just the conversation he had with people and the questions that they ask, and sometimes they give him books, they give him all type of things, and he share a lot of wisdom, historical knowledge with Bob Marley about His Imperial Majesty, about Africa and the whole mission. So he was very instrumental in grounding me.
I mean, speaking of that, how important is is the African unity to black people around the world?
It's very important, man. A chain is as
Yeah.
strong as its weakest link, and that is the biggest that's our biggest weakness, our biggest obstacle that we have as a nation, a people, as black people, regardless where you are. This unity, that is what they use to take advantage of us as black people. You know, So the unity, the unification of the African race. That's like how Bob Marley sing a song. How good and how pleasant it will be to see the unification of all Africans. And I say the same thing. When Africa righteous people come together, the world will come together. So we have to overcome, like His Majesty said in a speech, um, we have to overcome our petty differences in the quest for royal goals. So whether you're say Rastafari, you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, or are you non-religious, or you have no conviction at all. Once you're a black man, like what Peter Church said, no matter where you are, no matter where you come from, as long as you're a black man or a black woman or African. So we have to come together to solve our problems. And I think by solving our problems, we'll definitely make the world a better place.
West Africa or the Sahel, the leadership are kicking out France, Burkina, Mali, and now Niger. So I mean, this is indeed a historic time for Africa. So I mean, can you give us your take on this?
Yeah, it's a long time. We
Yeah,
shall start do that. We shall start do that. Get rid of the colonial rulership our all on the African countries, because a lot of African countries still giving a lot of money every year. Them have to give like France millions of dollars, billions of dollars. You understand? And that does not make any sense. That money could have used to strengthen the economy of Africa and the different African countries. So it's good that the leaders of the different African countries are waking up. You know, not saying that we are racist or anything. We love every human being, but at the same time, based upon the history and what we have been through as a people, we have to start wake up now, get rid of colonialism, neo-colonialism, all of the ism and schism that has held us back for so long. So it's good. It's a good start. I'm gonna say Haile Selassie the first has laid the blueprint for all African countries, because in 1963 is with the link with Kwame Nkrumah from Ghana, they established the OAU, which now the AU, the African Union. So that's a start for us as African people to get together and start taking our own business and stop the exploitation of our minerals and natural resources and even our people. You understand? So it's a good move. I love what I'm seeing. I love how Missy like a particular country in the Western Hemisphere want to go to Africa and dictate certain things to the people where them not support, which is very immoral. I love how the leaders stand up and say, no way, not in our countries. We make our own rules and we set our own standards. I'm confident that we make the world a better place. We're not fight against no one, but we have to take a rightful place
see,
and do what we're supposed to do. The Europeans do them a do, because all of us are human beings. All of us
yeah,
is a people. All of us are people, and I know Jack created us all in his own image and likeness, but black
yeah.
people have been left behind for so long, and time for take the rightful place, man, because we were once great and we shall be great once more. We are the Rastafari nation has influenced me immensely. Everything that I do, my mindset, the way I eat, the way I speak, the type of company I keep, everything, the movement of the Rastafari community has influenced me greatly, and even more so that it has made me more realize who I am and where I stand in this time. Because before we were taught in schools, so we used to accept everything that we were taught until we start link up with some Rastafari brethren and sisters and used to hear them reasoning. So we start looking at things totally different. They realize a lot of things that we were taught in school is not true. It's not the truth. So we went on the quest to find the truth, and through researching and seeking.
I mean, your song Ethiopia is the most crucial song on the whole rhythm. So I mean, could you tell us about how that song came about?
Well, it's a mystique. All
Yeah,
praises to the Most High, because I know with Jah all things are possible. So first and foremost, we have to say through the Most High, God is imperial majesty, all inspiration comes. So Ethiopia, you have some tribal thing going on in Ethiopia, and the mainstream media doesn't talk about it. The mainstream media doesn't talk about nothing we're going to Africa. If right now, if killing, just like for example, Hitler killed about 2 million white people. Them say are the most evil man of the world. And then you have King Leopold killed over 20 million African, and he's not even in the top 5 most evil person in the world. Because mainstream media don't talk about what's going on in Africa, but give thanks through the power of the talent that Jah has given to me through the music. I say, all right, I have to make it my point of duty to address this issue. First country mentioned in the Bible, And Ethiopia, one of the ancient name, like Alkebulan, I think one of the most ancient name for Africa. At one point, the whole Africa was called Ethiopia. I know every so to me every African are Ethiopian. I know knowing that His Imperial Majesty, you know, living in Ethiopia and rule Ethiopia for so long, so it was very sentimental to me to write something about what's going on in Ethiopia. And when we sing about Ethiopia, I mean not just attack just the location, the geographical location today, but the whole of Africa, in general, So that's the inspiration behind the song, where I wrote the song to wake up the Ethiopian massive, to wake them up, to stop the tribal war. Remember, we are great people. We are from a great lineage, so wake up and stop the nonsense and let's do the right thing. So I say sons and daughters of Sheba, you know, children of Abyssinia, you know, you are the pride of Africa and the world all over. So Ethiopia was the only African country that wasn't colonized by the Europeans. So that made that place very special because them tried so many times to colonize Ethiopia. When Mel II was a leader of the
Yeah.
Ethiopian Empire in 1896.
Mussolini.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, Mel II was a leader in 1896. There was a battle of Adwa, and through the leadership of Mel II, Ras Mokonnen was the leader of the army, and they defeated the Italians. They were so embarrassed. Them come again in 1935 when His Imperial Majesty Emperor Selassie I was the emperor of Ethiopia, and they partially occupied the Ethiopian country for about 5 years, and then His Majesty come and kick them out, and I said, who want to stay, who want and help rebuild the place, and who want to go back home. So, Ethiopia is a sentimental place to me. So we had to write the song to address the issues and remind the people of how great they are, and cut out the nonsense. And as we say, mainstream media don't talk about them things, so we do it in music and try and hope that it go far and wide, so it can bring some attention to the situation that's going on in Africa, Ethiopia. Influence me like my early stages, yeah, I'm say dancehall influenced me also. That's when I say Bounty Killer. Cause
Yeah.
one point my
See.
name was Bounty Junior. The first
Yeah.
artist name I got was Bounty Junior. Frisco Kid influenced me. You have Sizzla, Buju Banton, Capitan, Anthony B, Luciana, Bob Marley, of course, D Brown, one of my favorite, and Garnick Silk, one of my all-time favorite singers, Admiral Tibet. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Black Uro, Abyssinians, so many have influenced me. Alton Ellis was a great influence when it comes to love songs. Him one of my favorite when it comes to love songs. Barrington Levy, because him have such a in words them clear and clean. So I always try to emulate Barrington Levy also. Tenor Sa was a great influence. Some more influenced by Fat Dominoes, Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Lauryn Hill is a big influence to me too. Percy Sledge, just to name a few. I'm gonna say we listen different types of music. You have James Brown, cause I love him performance, and so I learn a lot from them performing too as an artist. So my influence is broad and wide. Yeah, definitely. But you can, cause when you go back to Africa, you go forward to Africa, you have to correlate to the people who are there already, the African people who are there, who were born on the continent, been through a lot of tribulation like us too. But we have to know how to work with. We have to work with each other, so we have to go and come, and at the same time, we see what the best way all to make things work. But we have to organize and centralize ourselves. Here, we who are here in the West, you know, different bodies have different groups that need repatriation. You have the Rastafari Nation. You have different, what do I call it, different body of people who are the reparation and repatriation movement. So we have to come together and find some common ground so we can do it the right and proper way. And as I say, it's Madison laid the blueprint. Marcus Garvey did it. And yes, you mentioned some names of some of the people who tried to do it before. So we have to learn from them and see where they went wrong and see how we can better do it the right and proper way. But I must say, we have to dance a yard. So if you're in England, you have to make sure the England crew, where we want to go forward to Africa, we have to connect and do it good at England, do it good at Jamaica,
Yeah.
do it good wherever you are, and then you can bring the same vibe in Africa. We can't go Africa and be a burden. We have to go and uplift Africa, because it's might say Africa awaits its creators and creators. So we have to go there and be creative, all the knowledge and information and the skill that we have acquired in the Western Hemisphere. If we go there and build up a country in Africa, a
Yeah.
continent. That's how we see it still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a one man thing for just get up and fly and yeah. Yeah, we have to go as a body and we go. I want go. We have to go there with the carpenters. We have to go there with the engineers, the musicians, the doctors, the lawyers, the farmers, etc., etc., etc. And we work together to make the place a better place. And when the people in Africa see that we come for really uplift the place, them are gonna embrace it with open arms. But if we go there and be a burn to the people, them, because some people go back to Africa and them the reality when the reality hit them, the finance. You can if you understand them say like Dennis Brown sing a song say to the promised land, going to the promised land and milk and honey and all of that is mentioned. But you have to remember say, even though you have milk and honey, you still have to face the reality. You know, you have to live, bills have to pay, you know, you have to eat food, infrastructure have to make, you have to build a house, you have to pay rent, you have to, if you want to own a house, you take money. So we have to face the reality and go with that mindset. So we have to organize first before we move. You know, just like if you ever buy a house, for example, you have to survey the area, check the area where you're gonna buy the house if it's suitable for you. You have to make sure what you need, what there is proper water system there, or electricity there, all the different things that is needed so you can really function and do what you do properly. So that's what we need to do. You know what I mean?
Because okay, there's some people you want to like make it into the musical industry. So what would your piece of advice be for them?
Music industry. Well, the first thing I
Yeah.
would tell them for put the most I first, put job first, and you have to be passionate about what you do, and at the same time, you want to be an artist, you have to learn the business. It's good to learn the business. So when you try develop a talent and be a more better singer, a better songwriter, or a better performer, and at the same breath, you have to learn to be a better businessman or businesswoman. You have to learn the business of music. So when you come into the music industry, you know to secure your rights and the different people that work with you, you know, their roles and function and the different team. Kind of is that you need a body, you need a teamwork, make the dream work, and no man or woman is an island. No one stands alone. So you need a team. So you know the different people you need for your team to make it happen the right and proper way. You know, and you start in stages and the role and function, or you pay different people who work for you. So it's very important. So and them have to be resolute in their work. Sometimes I know everything I go it's not gonna be always coffee every day. You know, so sometimes coffee, sometimes tea. But once you're passionate about what you're doing and you love what you're doing and you know your purpose and you have an aim and a goal, you just continue work and work and work. Knock on the door like what Alton Ellis would tell me. You know what advice Alton Ellis gave me when I was just a come him say, knock on the door. And if you knock on the door and the door don't open, thump the door. And if you thump the door and still open, kick it down. So them advice me that give aspiring artists who want to be in the music industry. It's a very how would I call it? It's a tough industry, you know. Only fittest and the fittest survive sometimes. But you have to just be passionate about it, do and have confidence in yourself. You know, because a man or woman without confidence is twice defeated in the race of life. Have confidence in what you're doing and sing some positive music that can make a difference in the life of someone out there.
Terms of like, because because as an artist, obviously been touring around the world and stuff. So I mean, is there like a memorable moment that sticks out in your mind?
We have many memory moments, you
Yeah.
know. Many memory moments. But me say, me always remember the experience at Supai. I don't know if I ever hear about Grand Canyon. You know, so I got the Grand Canyon one time. I never forget the experience as long as me live. You know, it's like you go down to the Grand Canyon, and we went there from Jamaica. We took a plane from Jamaica to Miami, from Miami to Arizona. And they would drive about 8 hours. But normally, they will have some horses there to greet us, so they will take it down the Grand Canyon. But for some reason, we end up being late. And because we're late, we have to walk about 7 hours in the go down the Grand Canyon at night to get to where we're going. Man, I tell you, you ever watch some horror movie and you hear all different type of sounds when you walk, you know? But when we finally got there, I was about 2 a.m. in the morning. But when we wake up, it was like I was in paradise. And the vibe was just nice and unique. I'll meet some special type of people, the Native American them, the original people them for America. We met them and a very spiritual people like the Rastafari people, you know? I know I'm a spiritual being and a human mission. So as long as I have life in this structure, I will continue to be a light and continue to spread the positive message. And I encourage each and every one of you to be the light. Everywhere you
Yeah.
go, you shine bright, inspire someone, 'cause I can never tell. You inspire one person, that one person can inspire millions, you know. So keep on shining bright, and no matter what is going on in the world, don't lose focus from the Most High God. You know, keep your faith and put your trust in Him. I know, 'cause with Him all things are possible. and without him, there's nothing that can be done. So with him, be open-minded and never stop learning. You know, so the day you stop learning is the day you're dead. You know, so once you have an open mind and learning, you're alive. So once you stop learning, you're a dead human being. You're a dead being. So never stop learning. Read and examine all things. Choose and follow the good. You know, I have a new song called Anniversary Light and a song called Ethiopia. You can check it out. If you like the vibes, you can share it with your friends, you know, and associates and things. So do give thanks for the support. Remember, you can check out the website warriorkingmusic.com, and all the links are there for social media, our Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, everything is there. I know the moments that I am when you follow me on the website, warriorkingmusic.com. So thank you for supporting me. Maximum
Yeah,
respect. And Rastafari, my virgin.
yeah.
Ethiopia, land where the gods and goddess love to be. Today it's so painful to see. We're destroying our great unity. Rastafari, this is Warrior King. And I'm asking you, please go and subscribe, you know, like and share to Roots Madiaq, Zine TV. You get all the up-to-date interviews and reviews and what's going on in the industry and the African community, right? This is Warrior King. And please, Roots Madiaq TV. This is Warrior King. Blessed love.
So yeah, it's definitely been a great pleasure having you on the show today. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Man, thank you very much, all right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me, Freddie.
yeah,
Bless up,
no
bless up.
problem. Yeah,
Love
bless
every
up.
time.